Hey everyone, this is Nathan Williams with BlackRain79.com, and I'm back here with another hand history review for you guys. This hand was sent to me by Ryan from the States, and he's got the 7-5 of diamonds in the cutoff there. We can see we're playing 1 cent, 2 cent, and it's a 6-max table, but there's only 5 people, so we're playing 5-handed. So 7-5 diamonds from the cutoff is pretty much I would say a fairly standard raise for me from this position. If you're brand new to poker and you're not really confident in your post-flop abilities and stuff yet, it's okay to fold this hand. But, you know, as you get more experience with the game, and especially when you're playing short-handed like this, you definitely need to play more hands. And this is kind of one of those cute little, suited one-gappers that can, you can take down the blinds, of course, or, sometimes make something cool after the flop. So we do get a call there from Villain 2, and here are the statistics that Ryan has given me. So this guy is a 31 VPIP, a 20 pre-flop raise, and a 1.5 aggression factor, and that's all over 190 hands. As I always say, if this is complete Greek to you guys, or this is Chinese, what I'm speaking right now, what I'm talking about are HUD stats. There's a link in the description below this video. You can go check out the HUD that I use, how to get these on stats on your table, and everything like that. But basically what these stats tell me is that this guy's very similar to the opponent in the previous video. Seems to be slightly loose aggressive. A 31-20 is, I would say, slightly loose aggressive for 6-max. And 1.5 aggression factor, though, this is over 190 hands. This is definitely a passive player after the flop, though. It's definitely not one of these players that's in there bluffing up a storm. 1.5 aggression factor is pretty low. So the two blinds fold and we go to a flop. All right, so let's see what we got here. So actually pretty good flop for 7-5 there. We got the backdoor diamond draw and we've got the gut shot to the nuts. Yeah, that's the nuts for sure with the if we hit the old 6-ball there. So Ryan comes out for the 2/3 C-bet. I'm totally on board with that. I think it's definitely the right decision. Once in a blue moon, I'll get tricky here against a really aggressive player and go for some sort of check raise or something like that. But that's getting really, really cheeky, as the Brits might say. And I don't like to get cheeky in this spot too often. So I definitely just like Ryan's decision here just to c-bet, and I think that you guys should be doing that the vast majority of the time in this spot. So Villain 2 decides to make the call, and we hit a really, really nice turn card. Now, why do I say that's a really, really nice turn card? Well, it gives us, some more diamonds, so we're well on our way to hitting our backdoor diamond draw there, but it also is just a fantastic scare card. Now, a scare card, if you guys don't know, is a card that is in the perceived range of the pre-flop raiser. We, of course, are the pre-flop raiser, and it's in our perceived range. What I mean when I say perceived range is that is what the other people at the table are thinking. Because when we raise pre-flop, let's face it, people often have an ace in their hands. So comes with a queen on the flop. Okay, well, he should have hands like a queen in his hand, but now the ace comes. Oh, yeah, he raised before the flop. He's probably got that. So it's a great card for us to continue betting on because it's just going to get us folds a lot. Also, we picked up diamonds here. We've still got the gutter ball to the nuts, so I am a huge fan of just double barreling in this spot. However, Ryan did not agree with that. I definitely would. I'm a huge fan of just barreling in this card. I think it's the perfect card to barrel on for everything I just talked about. So obviously, it's not the end of the world to check in a spot like this. I just think it's missing value. I think we get the player out of the hand so often on this card, and we just have all that equity. I mean, it's even better when you got all this equity. I mean, we got diamonds, the gutter ball, everything. I mean, it's possible even a 7 or 5 will be good if he's just hanging on with a 3 or 4 or something like that. Anyways, he decides to check back, and we nail it on the river. Nail both the straight and the flush, guys. I mean, everything's going our way. So obviously we got the flush there. So what does Ryan do in this spot? Or what should we do? Well, considering how passive this player is, as we talked about before, I would say that betting definitely has to be the right option here because we can't check here and risk him checking behind. That's a disaster, right? And I mean, let's face it, if he's got a hand like Queen Jack, I mean, it makes sense for him to check back on this river. He's scared of the diamonds, he's scared of the ace and stuff. So I definitely think that betting out here is 100% the right decision. Ryan agrees with me. And let's see what villain does. So villain raises, which is obviously awesome since we have, I mean, I would be shocked if we're beaten by some better diamonds. I mean, we've basically got a nut hand that I'm willing to go with in this spot. So what should we do in this spot? I think we definitely do need to raise. I think there's just no question about it. I think we're just throwing away value without re-raising. I think at this point I would probably just shove. I don't really like getting all cute and going 98 cents, or no, you can't even go 98 cents. Going like $1.02 or something. Just shove it all in. And that's what Ryan does. And villain snaps it off, so hopefully he doesn't have a flush. No, he's got the pocket fours. So I will say that I highly, highly disagree with villain's play in this hand. Checking back the turn specifically was, what am I going to say? It's really, really bad. But this is the micros, and that's the kind of stuff you see all the time. I think Ryan played this hand quite well. The only thing, it's obvious it's nice when you win. I get a lot of hands that are losing hands, so it's good to have a winning hand. But the only thing that I would strongly suggest is that you bet on that turn card. And I think this is actually a really educational hand, hopefully for you guys, hopefully as you as well, Ryan, that... You know, we always want to be critiquing our play, win, lose, or draw, or chop, whatever. It doesn't matter the outcome of the hand. It's the process and how did we play the hand. Because, you know, okay, in this specific hand, he had a set, and obviously if we barrel the turn, we're never going to get him to fold. But the vast majority of the time, he doesn't have a set here. The vast majority of the time, he's hanging on with a queen at best, or maybe, imagine if he's got pocket nines, pocket eights, pocket sevens. The ace comes on the turn. What's he going to do when we bet again? He's folding. We've got 7 high. It's awesome for us. So this is a classic double barrel with equity spot. Actually, I wrote an article recently talking all about this, when to double barrel with equity. What did I call it? The double barrel checklist or something like that. Anyways, I talk about all of this completely. I'm going to link it in the description below, and it gives more specific examples just like this of when you definitely should be double barreling with equity to get your barreling stats up and just win more pots without showdown. I mean, that's really the whole goal of all of this here. So, that's really all I got here. Let me know what you guys think of this, whether you agree or disagree with my analysis. Make sure you give the video a like if you enjoy hand history reviews like this, and make sure you subscribe to the channel as well if you want to see a lot more, because I'm reviewing your guys' hands all the time. And lastly, pick up a copy of my free ebook. It's called Massive Profit at the Micros. It's the link in the top link in the description to give you my complete strategy on how I beat these stakes. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. This has been Nathan Williams with BlackRain79.com.